In my coaching tip today, I'm talking about great vendor communication and why it's so important to your business. Now, I work with agents in various marketplaces, and something that I've identified is that most of these agents seriously lack great vendor communication. So today, I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how often you should be contacting your vendors, forms of communication, and why it's so important to future business. Now, first of all, I want to talk about how often you should be contacting your vendors. Twice a day. So I'm a big believer that, hey, if we can service our vendors really, really well, that's going to set us up for future referral business. So when I say twice a day, I'm all about the first thing I do when I get in of a morning is I text every single one of my vendors what I'm planning to do for them and their property that day. And then later on in the day, I'll give them a phone call to give them an update as we go. So there's two really easy forms of communication. Other forms, obviously face-to-face and email. But just in summary of that, I text them as soon as I get in, and hey, if I've got no news, tell them that. Just letting you know, no updates from yesterday, but I'll give you a ring a little bit later on this afternoon. And then come the afternoon or the evening, I'll give them a ring, let them know what's happened throughout the course of the day. Now let's talk about why great vendor communication is crucial to your business. The way I see it is if you're having 2 forms or 2 points of contact per day with every one of your vendors over the space of a month or 3 or 4 months, when it comes time to have crucial conversations with them around price reductions and maybe getting them to accept an offer below their expectations, if they've seen you putting in the effort, keeping them up to date, servicing them on a daily basis, then getting those price reductions and getting them to accept offers less than what they want is actually going to be much easier than if they've only heard from you, say, once or twice a week, because you've got that trust, you've built up that rapport over a long period of time. So in summary, great vendor communication starts with 2 forms of contact per day, and I get that some vendors don't want that, and if that's the case, they'll tell you, cut it back a little bit. So 2 forms of contact per day with each of your vendors, and the reason it's going to benefit you is in the long run, it's going to make it a lot easier to get price reductions and to accept offers below their expectations. And the final thing is it's going to get us more referrals. I mean, if you think about it, the better you service your current vendors, even if you don't get them that magical price that everyone's hoping for, if you've kept them informed and updated every step of the way, then that's when they're more likely to refer their family and friends to you. I hope you've enjoyed this week's tip, and I'll see you next week.